Hello, everybody. Welcome. Let me adjust this a little. There we go. Welcome to Stamp Happy Academy's open house. I'm so excited you're here. If you are joining me live, please say hi in the comments. I can't wait to see all of you here. I'm going to put my Stampin' Lips on, as one must do before stamping. And I have a great little sneak peek into our Stamp Happy Academy live portion of our website. We have a really wonderful live class 3 times each month. And it's actually one of my favorite things. It's actually the basis by which Stamp Happy Academy was founded a couple of years ago. So I'll tell you all about that, but I'm just going to give you guys a minute to hop on live here. I haven't been live on Facebook, just live on Facebook in a really long time. So how fun is that? I think that the lighting on Facebook is not as good as the lighting not on Facebook because it seems to really highlight the dark circles under my eyes. But anyway, I hope that you guys are having a really lovely Sunday afternoon. It is sunny and bright and happy here today and pretty warm for February. It's 54 degrees. So it was lovely feeling the sun on my face this afternoon. And my puppy's been happy to enjoy a little sun on her face as well. She just got a walk for the first time in a while because it's been kind of wintry and cold. So anyway, I hope that you guys have been enjoying our kickoff, or not our kickoff, what am I saying? Our open house this weekend. Keep in mind that Barb and Kelly got to edit their videos. This is live. There's no editing. So hopefully we'll be okay. But now that there's a few of you on here, or if you're joining in, I'm just going to kind of tell you a little bit about Stamp Happy Live. So you've seen the Stamp Happy Academy website, you've seen how our class PDFs work, you've seen how to register. I'm going to show you the live portion of our Stamp Happy Academy offering. This is something that was born out of a class that I started a couple years ago called Facebook Live classes. They were something I had been working on for a long time in an effort to help my customers use the products that they were purchasing and help people who maybe had all kinds of stamping goodies to use, but maybe struggled with how to get going with them, like how to get started, or they would sit down and they didn't know what to do and they would waste so much time, and their precious crafting time they would waste trying to figure out what to do, how to get started in everything. And so it was something that I really saw a need for in getting people inspired to use their goodies, as well as to really get the most out of that precious crafting time that you have. And so as a result, I created these classes that were based on sharing layouts, so card layouts, so that you could take and incorporate those layouts into your own card making with the supplies that you have. So I started that a couple years ago, and then I brought Barb and Kelly on, and we put together the whole idea of Stamp Happy Academy. So it was a really awesome thing that was created in Barb's stamp room in Sheridan, Wyoming a couple of years ago. And we just love how it has all worked out, and I hope that you guys love it too. So each month we do 3 live sessions, And they're scattered throughout the month at different days and different times to kind of help work with everybody's schedule, because we know you're spread out all over the country and all over the world even. So it's a great opportunity to be able to see what we're doing wherever you are at different times. And of course, if you can't join the live, you can always watch the replay. Now, speaking of, because we are live, don't forget to share this video with everybody. Right now, you can just click the share button and share it to Facebook. I am also going to issue a little challenge at the end of my video to inspire you to create some cards with the project that I'm going to share with you today. I'm actually going to make 3 cards with you. And so I want you guys to make sure and take advantage of this little card challenge that I'm issuing today. So join the fun. I will put a cute little graphic, and you'll be able to share it on the Stamp Happy Academy Facebook page, which is where we are right now. So, okay, so let's see, what else did I want to tell you? So we did the card layouts were kind of the basis of my Facebook classes. And then we've evolved it a little bit to also, and this is based on your feedback, to include techniques, to include fun folds, to include color combinations, and I think, and of course layouts. So there's kind of a nice variety of things that we offer in our live sessions. And then in each live session, we make quite a few cards. Like, it's a lot more than in like my tip, like each of us do a weekly live, on our Facebook pages. It's a lot more than that. There's lots of different things that are incorporated, like lots of cards. So I'm going to show you one layout today with 3 samples, and then we do that times 3 in each live. So there's usually 3 different things. So maybe there are 2 layouts, or a layout and a color combination, or a layout, a fun fold, and a technique, or whatever. So we do a lot in each live. So they're kind of jam-packed is what I'm trying to get at. And then we share our samples on the Stamp Happy Academy website, which I think Barb showed, or no, Kelly would have showed you that. And so you can also share your own projects, though I will say people haven't been doing that as much lately. It would be lovely if you did, though. We also have a Facebook group specifically for this live portion, and it's a little bit to help you be able to share your projects easier. We also issue a monthly challenge on that Facebook group. So the Facebook group is called Stamp Happy Premium Party, and it's where you are, or maybe it's Stamp Happy Live Premium Party. Oh my gosh, where's my phone? Oh, look. I can't remember the name of my own group. I should know this. Ooh, I guess. Oh, I'm live on my phone. Duh. Okay, sorry. Anyway, so the Stamp Happy, it's Stamp Happy Premium Live Party. I'm pretty sure that's the name of it. Anyway, there's a monthly challenge in that group as well. And again, all of this is really designed to help you get crafting, to help you use the things that you have in your supplies. So while we might inspire you to get some things, because we of course are amazing stampers and all of that, what we really want you to do is use your goodies. So that's always the heart of what we do, is to get you to use your goodies. So anyway, I am going to flip the camera here in just a minute. Don't forget to like this and share this on Facebook. And of course, you'll be entered into a drawing for a Stamp Happy Academy membership. And then we also, like I mentioned, we also will have a card challenge that I'm going to issue at the end of this live. So I hope that you'll be a part of this. Now, one thing I was going to mention. So the basic Stamp Happy Academy membership is where all the class PDFs are, right? Then the premium is the basic plus the live, this part, or you can do a live only. So whichever one of those works out best for you. The live part, of course, is going to be in the live only subscription or the premium subscription. So it's not part of the basic, just so we're all crystal clear. Do you have a discount for longer memberships? We do not, Terry. No. It's no. I'm trying to think of a good way to say of why that is, and it's the logistics of it. There's just not an option we can do that we're comfortable with to offer a longer membership, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's just month to month for everybody. So I hope that answers it. All right, so I'm going to flip my camera, and like I said, if you have questions, feel free to pop in. If I don't answer them, you can ask again. I will, of course, go through the comments after our live is over. I think one of the things I love too about this live class is it's such a great way to interact with us. And like I said, ask those questions while we're going. Also, it's a great way for us to give like a little bit more information about why we do some things, because sometimes oftentimes there's a really method to our madness in what we do. And so we like to share those tidbits. I feel like you get so much in the live because you get us live, but then you also get like lots of little nuggets of information that we love to drop along the way. So anyway, I hope that helps. All right, I'm gonna flip my camera, and if I cough or have to blow my nose through this little video, my sincere apologies. It's not been a great week here at the house. We've had a long week, let's just say, but I think we're all on the mend now. So anyway, I'm going to just flip this around. I've been pretty good this morning, so I think I'm going to be all right. Okay. I just didn't want you thinking like, wow, does she have the plague or what's up? I do not. Hello. Okay. So now one of the cool things, I actually forgot to mention this earlier, but one of the cool things is we usually about the day before, I say about because you never know, but about the day before our live happens, we will share on the schedule page of the lives, like the monthly page, we'll share a list of our dimensions if we're doing a card layout, so that if you want to create the sample layout project with us, you can. And one of the things, this was kind of the basis of Stamp Happy Academy, or the live portion anyway, is we do these sketches. And let me show you my notebook because I've been using it for years. Like I've had to tape it together. It's like falling apart. I started making card sketches, and let's see. So like I literally have years and years and years and years and years and years and years of card sketches that I've been doing this whole time. And then I'm giggling because I started in the middle of my notebook for some reason, and then I had to go back. So they go to the end of this notebook and then they start over again in more of the beginning of the notebook. So it just kind of cracks me up. But literally all of these sketches are in here. So I have this. Now you can do yours as sketches in a notebook such as this, but I find it to be really powerful to make up your own sample card. So that's what we're going to do. And here's what I love about that. There's just something easier about having a physical sample in your hand. Now, I know some people don't like this. And actually, I'm going to grab my container. Hold on. So I have two of these containers, and they are full of these card samples. So I've been doing this class now for like several years. So look at all of these, you guys. This is one of those freezer storage containers. You can find them in the in like the kitchen section of Target or Walmart. So anyway, I've made all of these for years, but I will tell you that having them is so handy when you go to make cards. And I know some of you are demonstrators, and we have card swaps. And so I refer back to these samples all the time for my card making needs myself. So even I need to kind of remind myself, and sometimes I for sure get into like a creative rut where I can't figure out what to make or what to do. And so I love having this resource available to me as well, so that I can go back and look at all of these fabulous cards that I've been creating for years and then get re-inspired by them over and over with new products, new colors, you know, all the things. Okay, so our card today is a layout, and I always make a full card layout, even though you don't have to. I like to use neutral colors and black and white designer series paper. So I've got some of this. This is old Host designer series paper that I've got a whole bunch of. And so I like using this with like I said, black and white and neutral colors. So our card base is going to start out with just a standard half sheet of cardstock. Then we're going to put on here a 4 by 5.25 by 4 inch piece of colored cardstock. And I'm just going to adhere that right to my card. Okay. Then, and by the way, for those of you who've been around, this was a project we did in our January 2021 live number 3. You're welcome. It's the same card, but new card ideas with it. Okay, I also have a 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. And don't worry, I'm going to write all this down here in a minute in case you're like, what did she say? Don't you worry. Okay, and I'm going to put that kind of in the middle like that. All right. And then I've got a piece of vellum that is 3 by 3 3/4 of an inch. And then I need a shape. And I love saying shape because it really doesn't matter what your shape is. You just need a shape. So I'm going to take this little scrap of cardstock I've got sitting here and just punch a shape. In this case, I've got my fancy whatever label this is. Label me pretty, label me fancy, label me something. Okay, so I'm going to put my vellum right over this. Okay, and then I'm going to put my shape right over my vellum. Ideally, I'd probably pop this up, but I'm not going to in my little sample here just because it takes up a lot of space. But I will in my projects that I create. Okay, so this is our generic card layout. So you can take this layout and make a file like I do, where you keep all of these. You can write them in a notebook that you keep somewhere, so you can refer back to them, whatever works for you. Again, I really think it's powerful to have these because I'm such a visual person, and while the sketch is nice, I like seeing it in person. It just somehow it's different, you know what I mean? It really is. So anyway, there we go. Also, I just have to share this funny little thing with you. 2 things. So first of all, Debbie sent me these Friends conversation hearts. So every time I open this and see these, it makes me laugh. Like this one says Duck and the Chick. If any of you who know me know I'm a big fan of Friends. Here's another good one. On a break. Lobster. I have a lobster, my husband, Ross. I just had to pull a couple of these out. Trifle, that's funny. Gunther. I need a good one. I know. See, these are the extras you get. You're my lobster. That's even better. Yeah, I did just lick that. You're welcome. Okay. Anyway, you need to have snacks when you stamp. Obviously, you guys probably know that. All right. So here is our card layout. Now let's take this layout and put it into practice. Okay. So first and foremost, know that this is not like cut and dry. You can have a piece of DSP that's a little bigger, a little smaller. You can change, things as needed. I'll show you a couple of alterations on the card. Sometimes I feel like I could do an entire class on just the one layout, but here we go. Okay. So I'm going to start with, oh wait, actually, I don't know, going live on a Sunday has got me all discombobulated. All right, so this is going to be our, and I always label these, Stamp Happy Open House Live layout. Okay. I always write mine on a Post-it. Barb and Kelly like type theirs up like they're all fancy. I'm old school. Okay, so we're going to start with a half a sheet of cardstock. A 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of cardstock. A 3 by 3 3/4 inch vellum. A 1 3/4 by 5 1/4 inch DSP. And then a shape. Okay. And whether it's a punch, a die cut, whatever, doesn't matter. A shape of some kind. Okay. So there is our layout. And I will, by the way, post pictures of all of this stuff, including this Post-it, after my live is over. And then it'll be on the Facebook page that you're watching this live on here. So you can reference back to this in case you were like, what did she do? Don't worry. Okay. Next up, our first card is going to feature some bright, happy, fun colors. I'm in kind of a bright, happy mood today because it's sunny and wonderful out. Even though I will say it's a great day for stamping. I still like the happy sunshine. Okay, so I'm using some Designer Series paper. This is the Butterfly Kisses DSP, which is really fun, bright, happy DSP. I'm going to take and layer this piece of 4 by 5 1/4 Orchid Oasis on my Starry Sky card base. And then I've got, ooh, I didn't trim that one down. I've got a piece of DSP from that set of Butterfly Kisses DSP that I'm going to cut. Now it's the right length and everything. All right, so I'll attach this like so on here. So cute. I'm also going to take and I've got a circle that I die cut from the what is this called? Stylish Shapes dies. And then of course my piece of vellum. Now I'm going to take and I was going to stamp and die cut everything, but I decided I just wanted to go quick. And I'm just going to cut out this piece from the die cut, or from the DSP. It's super cute. We're going to fussy cut it. Sometimes fussy cutting is kind of therapeutic to do, in my weird opinion. It's pretty easy. The shape is not too complicated. And sometimes it's just relaxing to just cut. I don't know. Some people feel that way. Some people don't. I have a friend who thinks that the best way to fussy cut something is with an X-Acto knife. I don't understand that. I can't even lie. That is just the most foreign concept in the world to me. I can't do anything with an X-Acto knife. But I don't mind fussy cutting. In fact, if you've been around Stampin' Up! A long time, you probably remember the days of where we had to cut our stamp images out of the rubber, like they were in little squares or rectangles, and then we had to like cut the images out before they started die cutting them, you know, with around the shape, you know, like that. Before they did that, we had to, and I would sit on the couch with a pile of stamps and just cut, and I'd watch TV. I thought it was great. I will say it's easier to not have to do that anymore, but I never minded it that much. It was always rough when it was a new catalog and you got a bunch of stuff that you needed to cut before you could actually use it. So it is nice that you don't have to do it anymore, but that was the day. Those were the days. And then, of course, before we had die cutting machines, I remember sitting on the couch and cutting out cards like this, or images like this for card swaps when I would participate in those before, again, we had a die cutting machine. And oh my gosh, that was just a lot of effort. But look at that cute butterfly. She's just so cute. She's just happy. Okay. She's happy to see you. So I'm going to take and add this to my card. Now I have not adhered my vellum yet because of course vellum is see-through. We don't want to see the adhesive. So I'll put that on here in just a minute. But we want to make sure she's super happy. So I'm just going to curl her little wings a little bit and then I'm going to adhere her in the center. Like that. And I picked this size circle because it's really just kind of the perfect size for this butterfly that I cut out. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this up onto my vellum, and then once I have it on my vellum, I can put the adhesive on so that it's hidden. It's like a little secret. Okay, like that. I'm gonna flip this over and then I'm actually gonna, sometimes vellum is kind of slippery because it's kind of a plasticky paper, but now I know where it's going to hide now. So it's under there and then this card is all good to go. Okay, how cute is that? All right, now I want to add my sentiment to this, and this stamp set has just the sweetest sentiments in it. So I'm going to pull out a little scrap of Orchid Oasis, and I'm going to stamp my sentiment. And I think I'm going to do kidding. I'm going to do So Glad You Exist. Now, wouldn't you feel good about getting a card in the mail that said that? Somebody is glad you exist. Like, that's makes you feel pretty good. So I just stamped that in Orchid Oasis ink on my Orchid Oasis scrap. And I'm just going to trim this out like so. All right. And now I'm going to add it to my card. I'm going to punch the end with my Banners Pick-a-Punch like that. Okay, and then I'm going to put it right over my butterfly. And I'm putting those dimensionals way far across so that they kind of go over the whole popped up area. Kind of like that. Oh, so cute. Now, of course, it's even cuter when you have stuff on the inside. So I'm going to take and stamp a little on the inside. So I've got just a 4 by 5 1/4, which is kind of, you know, the standard size to put in here. I'm going to eat a trifle thing. And now this is one of the die cut pieces from this bundle. Okay, so again, this is my sentiment and my die cut piece are from the Best Butterflies bundle. So I'm going to put just a little bit of seal on here, like so. And I know I curved it, and that probably is not necessary. It's just habit. Because, I mean, hello, we're going to close the card, and then it's going to not matter because it'll get smushed, but it's okay. Okay, now I'm going to stamp sending good vibes on the inside, because everybody likes when there's something on the inside stamped on your card, right? So here we go. Oh. Okay, so I'll just throw this on the inside, and there is our first card. It's so pretty. But wait, there's more. I feel it's important to embellish every card, right? Every card deserves bling. So I'm going to take some of my in color matte dots, and we'll just throw a few of these on here, and we'll even make a match. I mean, because we're cool like that. So I'm just going to take, well, we'll just put that one right there. Oh, I feel like this one didn't pick up the adhesive. That is correct. Oh, that little stinker. It's like not sticking. Oh, we shall teach this dot a lesson. Okay, so now it's on here. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'll do one of those. I'll do one of those, and I'll call it good. Oh, so dang cute. Isn't that fun? Doesn't it just make you happy? Okay, so there's our first layout. Now we're going to switch gears pretty strong. Try not to get whiplash. We were on a break. All right, my second card is a little more subdued. So one of the things that I think is really great between the three of us, well, we have similar styles. We definitely have different likes. For instance, I like to watercolor. Barb and Kelly do not. Also, I like to do the live classes. I think Barb and Kelly like them, but I think I'm the one who loves them. I see Kelly's on here. I know, she's like, it takes me all day to prep for them, and I can do it pretty fast. It's my passion. All right. So I'm going to start with a really subtle color. This is gray granite. I love gray granite. This is such a great color, and it's one I need to use a little more. I love it, and I use it quite a bit, but it's pretty great. Now I'm going to, like I said, I'm switching gears pretty drastically. I'm going to use the desert details. Every time I look at this, I'm always like, is it desert or dessert? I know it's not dessert, it's desert, because there's no desserts in here. But I always like worry. Anyway, I think this is a really fun set because I love these little geometric-y things that are part of it. And then the DSP kind of carries that same design throughout it. The DSP is actually great. Even if you're not into the desert stuff, I highly recommend the DSP. Anywho, what I love about this is I can take this gray, gray, gray and add literally any color to this, and it's going to look fantastic. Now you can see there's some Cajun craze on the back of this piece. I know the set uses like pale papaya, but you can really take and put any color with this, and it's going to look fabulous. So one of the things that's kind of fun is we can vote on things because we're live. So I like doing this sometimes. So tell me, I'm going to give you some choices, but which color would you like me to create this card with? And it's going to be the flower image. We're going to stamp that flower. So we can do crushed curry, polished pink, or Highland Heather. So let me know in the comments which color you like for this card, and then we'll make it that way. Even though there's a correct answer here, I will go by whatever the voting says. I always joke because there is no correct answer, but I know which color I want to use. Yeah, and aren't you guys so proud of me? I didn't even pick Coastal Cabana, even though that would totally rock. But it's not one of the options for today. Okay, so I see Polished Pink, Heather, pink, 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 Heather, 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 Heather. Ooh, it's pretty tight. Anybody else? Highland Heather. And by the way, you guys are getting it wrong. This is totally a yellow card, but that's okay. Pink, Heather, Heather. Crushed Curry. Thank you, Debbie. All right, any more voting? Thank you, Terry. It makes me giggle. Well, I think that Polished Pink might have it. So we'll go with our highly accurate voting tally. And we'll go with Polished Pink. I personally think Crushed Curry would have rocked, but it's okay. We'll go with this. All right, guys. So on a scrap of my cardstock, actually, I have my flower right here. I just need to grab my block. We're going to stamp. By the way, remember how I mentioned cutting out stamps? Yeah, I did some stamp surgery and cut this out. I am like really anal about very few things, but this is actually one of them. It makes me crazy when you catch edges in your rubber. And so I did like over the top cut this baby out, but it's going to stamp like a dream. It's so worth it. I was going to say, I don't even think I was watching TV when I did it, but I might have been. Okay, so I'm going to stamp that, and oh my gosh, you guys, look at the detail in that image. It's so pretty. Oh. Okay, so I'm going to take and die cut this out really quick with my die here that coordinates. I love when stuff coordinates. It's the best. So I'm going to run this through my machine. Give me one sec. Sorry. Oh, I don't have my drink here either. Okay, so here is our beautiful flower. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. And we're going to add that to our card. Now, this kind of in and of its own is the shape, right? Like, that's kind of it. So, also, I love this. You are what sunshine feels like, sending warm rays your way. Oh, so nice. But I think what I'm going to do is stamp you are what sunshine feels like, and I'm going to actually heat emboss it on here. So to do that, I'm going to grab my little embossing toolkit and drop that embossing buddy on there since I've been touching it with my gamey fingers. We're going to get that all treated up. I'll grab my Versamark. This might even be the good one. It is, you guys. I have managed to keep this pad clean for a really long time. Like a really long time. Probably like 3 years. Maybe even more. Definitely pre-COVID. Because I got it. If you're a demonstrator who's been to a regional, you'll know this. I got it off the table at a Stampin' Up event. And I didn't steal it. Like, we get to divvy out the supplies when we go sometimes. And that's what I picked. Okay. My other pad looks like pretty bad. Okay. So you are what sunshine feels like. Isn't that just the nicest saying? Okay. Now I'm going to take this with my magic tongs. I joke. They're not really magic tongs, but anyway, I'm going to heat this baby up. I like doing it from the back side because then I can see what is happening a little better, especially when I'm on camera. You can see it too. And there she goes. There's just like nothing as satisfying as watching embossing powder melt on a card. I don't know what it is, but isn't that glorious? Oh, and I didn't even burn my fingers. So awesome. Okay, so now, and look at how awesome white embossing looks on vellum. Love that. All right, we're gonna add our pretty little flower, and we're gonna add some ribbon to it. So I've got my petal pink, I think this is called open weave ribbon, and I'm just gonna put my zigzag on here because this is such a great way to add ribbon without adding bulk to your card, which is really nice because the post office is sometimes really, I don't want to say naughty words, but they are naughty about it when your stuff is too lumpy and bumpy. So we'll just throw this on here. Now I gotta throw it so I don't cover up my whole, I gotta stick it on so I don't cover up my whole sentiment. And then we're just gonna throw a couple dimensionals above and below this. And maybe even one more kind of overlapping that ribbon to just really say, you know what, you are not moving. You are here forever on my card. Okay, and then I'll just stick that on like so. Look at how pretty that is. It's like I'm a professional stamper. Okay. All right, so there we go. So pretty. Now, I don't know if Kathy's watching. Kathy, you know who you are. I'm doing the insides of my cards for you, my dear. Kathy is somebody who's been a long time subscriber to Stamp Happy Academy, and she loves it when you do the insides of cards. All right, so I'm going to take and stamp this on here, and I'm just going to take this little flower image and kind of stamp like this, just kind of on the edges a little bit to be pretty. And then I'm going to add that Sending Warm Rays Your Way because that just goes so nicely with this set. Ooh, I haven't even used this image yet. Okay, so let me grab that. And so I love this because it's an innie sentiment that goes so nicely with our outie or our outside sentiment. Oh, so gorgeous. Okay. Now, I think I saw somebody say they upgraded their membership to premium. Oh, I'm so excited to hear that. It really is like just the best gift you can give yourself because we just don't ever quit inspiring you. So congratulations and welcome. I know, see, Curry would have rocked this card, but here's the beauty is you can really do almost any color and it's going to look great. It's that gray granite is such a beautiful neutral color. It is such a good, it's such a good base for a card, which I just love. I also think, of course, my signature color of Coastal Cabana, you know, the color that lets us know God loves us, this would have rocked on here as well. But I try to get out of my Coastal Cabana bubble every so often and bring in different colors. So there you go. Okay, so easy. All right, our final card is just a really fun version of this with a little change that I made. I mean, it's a really basic change, but I got to clean up a little bit. I mean, I got open ink pads. I've got kisses Ross. Not kisses. Conversation hearts I gotta eat. There's still a couple left. I got ribbon unraveling. Things are happening, people. Okay, so this last card features some designer series paper. And one of the things that we try to do a lot is use designer series paper in our projects in Stamp Happy. Here's why. We know you're all total hoarders. We know you buy all the DSP and then you have it all and you're like, I don't really want to cut into it. What if I use it? Well, use it first off. The reason is, of course, because there's going to be more DSP that you're going to have. So we really want you to use it. Also, it's fun. You can hoard it if you need to. I mean, as long as you keep buying it, that's fine. You hoard all you want. But we want you to use that DSP, and so we like to give you lots of ideas for how to do that. So this next card is going to show you how to use a couple of designs of DSP all in one. I'm going to start out with a balmy blue, and in case any of you who watch me very much, you might realize that this is a color I don't use very often. I will always go for Pool Party over balmy blue. But like I said earlier, I like to get out of my little box and sometimes look at other colors. And DSP is a really, really great way to incorporate new color schemes into your stamping that you might not normally use. And this is a really good example of that because these are colors I don't think I've ever put together, but I really like how they are coming together. So I've got Poppy Parade with my balmy blue. These two I don't think have ever touched in my presence. And then I'm using this beautiful DSP. This is from the Host DSP. And sorry, I'm just pulling this out. This is called Flowers and More. It's part of the Host DSP in the current mini catalog, and many of you probably have earned it for free. So I wanted to share some ideas with how to use it. So I took my 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of Poppy Parade, and then I was going to put this on here. And I really like that. It looks nice, but it's kind of boring. Let's just be honest. So then I noticed the other side, actually, when I went to cut this, I noticed the other side were these cool wavy lines, and they kind of go nicely with this little flower image. So I thought, how cool would that be? So I cut a 3 7/8 by 5 1/8 inch piece of this same pattern of DSP, but we're going to throw it on here. And then we took our card from, let's just be honest, a little bit boring to amazing in just one piece of DSP. That's all it took. Okay, so then I'm going to throw that floral pattern because that is kind of the basis of my card. Oh, and I just ran out of seal. That's okay. I got more. Don't you worry. All right. So I've got that on there. And then, ooh, I'm almost out of this one too. We'll throw this all together. Oh, this card just pops. So fun. All right, I've got my vellum, and then I'm going to do a little stamping, and I'm going to use the Sentimental Park bundle. Oh, this is one of my very, very, very favorites from this whole catalog. I just love this. Of course, it's got everything. It's got flowers, you know, obviously my favorite. It's got like scripty fonts with a different style font, you know, like typewritten fonts, which I love. It has really fun dies that coordinate, and it also has its own DSP, but we're kind of making it work with this DSP just for funsies. Anyway, I wanted to take the sentiments in here. So let's celebrate, and then you. And then what's really fun is you can combine that with some of these other sentiments. So you could put, let's celebrate you, dear friend, on the inside, or let's celebrate you, you are amazing on the inside, or let's celebrate you, happy birthday. I think I'm going to go with happy birthday because, you know, happy birthday is pretty good all occasion type sentiment that we will use a lot. I don't know about you, but I send lots of birthday cards. So, oops. We'll even put it on our block so it's straight. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm going to stamp this, and oh, I know. I was kind of debating on whether I should use one of these fancy die cut pieces in here, and I think I might. So what we can do is, I actually think it's going to work best for me if I die cut this first. So let me quick run this through my machine quick. Okay. So here's my shape. All right, and then this white is going to look really nice on here too, isn't it? Oh, love it. Okay, so I'm going to start by stamping Let's Celebrate, and I'm going to do that in Night of Navy, which is one of the colors in my DSP. Okay, and I'm going to stamp this kind of up a little bit high on here. So that looks lovely. Then what I'm going to do is take and stamp you. And this is like my favorite thing to do, by the way. I'm going to stamp YOU, and I'm going to do it sort of a cheatery way. I say that because I really like it when I use the stamp pad for inking things rather than the markers. So I could marker, each of these separately with my markers, but I think that you get such a better inking if you use the ink pad. I don't know what it is. Now, because this is a photopolymer stamp, I can just stamp that down, close the ink pad so I don't drop another ink pad in it and get ink everywhere. I'm just saying that's a possibility. And then I'm going to clean this really quick. I do recommend if you clean that you make sure it's like extra clean. So don't use your gamey, dirty, old, needs to be clean cleaner. Like legit clean this bad boy. Then I'm going to ink it up with crushed curry next. Now, you might think, how's she going to ink up that O? Well, I'm going to take my magic Post-it notes, just rip that in half and cover these two letters. Okay, ink it up, remove magic Post-it, and then I'm going to line the Y up with the rest of it and stamp it. Now this is why you want your stamp really clean, because you don't want to like re-stamp the Y with some leftover ink or some gamey ink you picked up off your dirty old stamp cleaner. Just saying. I only know this from personal experience, so I double checked, we're good to go. All right, and then finally I'm going to do the U in U, the letter U, that is. And because this one's on the end, I can pretty easily ink it up. If you don't trust your eyeballs, and no judgment, you can just do the Post-it trick again. I would use a fresh one because this ink is going to get in your ink pad, and because it's a lighter color, you don't want that. And then you're going to take your Izzy dog hair off of your stamp because that's pretty lame too. Is it gone? I think so. And then you're going to stamp it again. Here again, I'm lining this up. Now, if you ever wanted to know the secret to successful stamping, all you got to do, guys, is stick your butt out far enough and you'll be good to go. Let me demonstrate. Now, you can't see my butt being out super far, but trust me, it is. In fact, it's so far out, I had to bring my chair back in so I didn't have a situation. But my butt was out far enough, which meant that my head was right down where I could see what I was doing. And now I've got a perfectly tricolored word, Y-O-U-U. So cute. Okay, so we're gonna add this to our card. Close that up. Obviously, we're popping this up. I mean, hello. For sure. Now, I feel like this needs a little something, right? Like it's not quite enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I think I'm going to die cut this out of a scrap of balmy blue. This could be great or it could be horrible. We'll see. We'll know here in just a moment. I'm digging out a scrap of my cardstock. I'm going to just quick run that through. I think it's going to be good, by the way. All right. Okay, and oh yes, that is better. It just kind of puts it all together. All right, and then last but not least, we've got a couple options. We could add some ribbon to this. I was thinking about this ombre ribbon, but it's too big. I might go with a little simpler seam binding, and I'm just going to do that zigzag once again because I don't want it to be too much. Just subtle. All right. And then put a little adhesive down to tack that ribbon into place, making sure it stays. And then I'll add this over the top. I am giggling because I can hear I can hear my dog upstairs going to town on a toy, and it's like squeaky, 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 squeaky. And apparently she does not find that noise annoying. Okay, so there we go. So cute. Now we've got these cute little flowers right here, and of course we're going to embellish them. I know, it's going to be awesome. So I was thinking about doing them in colors, but I think I'm actually going to do them in pearls. So these are iridescent pearls. Also one of my favorite embellishments. So I've got a big one there, a little one there, and there. And I think that is just so pretty. And then last but not least, we got to do the inside of our card. We've come this far. Let's finish strong. So I've got another 4x5 1/4 inch white. And of course, we're going to add our happy birthday to this. But I think it would be only fair if we stamped it a little as well. So I'm going to take and just add a little stamping on here. Okay, so to do that, what I'm going to do is I got to get my blocks. Got to get my blocks going. All right. I'm going to start with, so I've got some shaded spruce in here. Again, such a color I would not use normally. I'm like, I can't even tell you. Well, actually, I did use shaded spruce not too long ago, but it's so not my color. Like, just not a color I would normally use. But I'm going to pair it with Granny Apple Green, which is going to brighten it up really nicely. And I love the two-step here with these coordinated images. So fun. And then I'm going to take and do some balmy blue. excuse me, for my flower. And some Night of Navy for the detail, which is over here. Let's close these pads up because, oh my gosh, can't have them open. So we'll do that over the top. And again, the secret to successful stamping is to stick your butt out, and you too can stamp so perfectly. And then finally, I'm going to bring the red in by stamping my sentiment in the Poppy Parade. Oh my gosh. Remember what I said about the ink? I forgot to clean that ink. This happened earlier. Oh. But the good news is nobody will know. You might not even be able to see the ink, but I can. And oh. There we go. You see that smudge? Oh, seriously. It's okay. I got a sand eraser. It's all good. We're going to make it. Okay. We'll throw this inside our card. We'll try not to touch anything else with our dirty fingers. Also, because I know I have baby wipes, but they are not where they normally are, and I'm not sure where they are. But I know my assistant knows because she was asking about them and she found them. Anywho, I'm going to go clean my hands off. But I'm going to show you all my cards and look at how cute that is. Okay, so let's close this up, and I'm going to leave it on my desk like that so I remember to clean it. I'm going to eat my final friends conversation heart because I need to. Because friends conversation hearts make everything better, including when you smudge by accident on a card. All right. So remember in our regular live class, now I drew this one out a little bit longer. We will do 3 sets of cards like this. So whether it's 2 layouts and a color combo, or a layout, a color combo, and a technique, you'll get this times 3 in each live, and there's 3 lives a month, so that equals a ton of inspiration. So our card layout was this simple design with these dimensions, and you can create this along with us as we do our lives each month, or you can do a sketchbook, whatever works for you. And then we've got the 3 different layouts. Each of these layouts, or the 3 different cards made with this layout, and each of these cards obviously very different from each other, but I love showing how versatile the layout is. I mean, you can really make all kinds of amazing projects. Now, my challenge to you is to create a project with this layout. And once again, as soon as I'm done with my live, I'm going to post a photo of these, of both my projects and the layout with the dimensions. And then you can share your project in the comments under that post. So wait for the post. And you can create your own version of this. And we would love to see what you create. Now, don't forget to share this video, to like this video, give me a little lovin'. That helps with the Facebook. They love it when you like my stuff. And it's just so much fun. Now I'm going to flip my camera again so you can see my face. So give me one sec. Okay, there we are. So if you are not currently part of our live only or our premium subscription on Stamp Happy Academy, we would love to have you join us. We really do share so much with you each month. It is a really amazing resource for you in your stamping. You will become a better stamper. You will learn to stamp quicker. You will get a lot more out of your stamping sessions because you're not wasting your time trying to figure out what to do. It really is a great resource to have no matter what level of stamper you are. We have people who have stamped longer than us. We have people who are brand new. No matter what level you're at, you can take the things that we teach you and incorporate it with the supplies that you have at home that you can use. And we would love to have you be a part of that. Now, if you're watching the replay, please also share this video to Facebook. Don't forget to share the other 2 videos we shared earlier this week. The tour that Kelly did on Friday, and then of course our Stamp Happy Basic membership and our class PDFs that Barb shared yesterday. We want everybody to know that Stamp Happy Academy is awesome, and it's a great part to have. It's a great resource to have in your stamping experience, and we would love to have you there. So, of course, also just a reminder, we are changing, tweaking one little thing. We do a catalog kickoff 3 times a year with each new catalog that Stampin' Up! Does. And that kickoff is now going to be available to people who've been members of Stamp Happy Academy for 3 months or more. So if you subscribe right this month in February, you will get to go to our next catalog kickoff in May. So don't forget to be a subscriber now through the end of May to get that new catalog kickoff for free. It's a great value. We just finished a catalog kickoff. It was amazing. And so we would love to have you be a part of that. And we hope that you will enjoy all of the perks of being part of Stamp Happy Academy. If you have questions, or if you commented and I missed it, you let me know. It is something that I'm happy to answer your questions. And again, I'm going to go through these comments too when I'm done with our live. And of course, I'll post all of what I've said I'd post here in just a few minutes. So check back here in like 10 or 15 minutes. I just got to take pictures and get them posted. But we would love to have you be inspired by Stamp Happy Academy. So thank you so much for joining us this weekend. We hope you loved our open house. We hope you learned a lot and had a great time checking out all that we offer. And we, of course, if you are not a member, we hope that you will be. We're so grateful for you. And thank you to all of you who are members. We love creating for you and hope that you love your experience with Stamp Happy Academy. Thank you for all the shout outs, by the way, that we get. We're so grateful. And we will see you all soon. Happy stamping, my friends. Bye-bye.